All right, we are live on YouTube. I just need for our video to connect on my other monitor so that I can grab that link and put it in our free business mastermind group so that our community can conveniently join us live on YouTube and in the live chat. Okay, I see the link is up. Let me grab that and put it over here. Awesome. Let's make sure that that thing connects for us, and it did. All right, let me make sure I can see the live chat, and I can. All right, we can officially get started. Welcome to your First Six Figures morning show, where every show is intentionally more of an interactive coaching and training experience to position you, the online service-based entrepreneur, to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and creating time freedom. All right. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/over. That's shaycannon.com/over. Let me throw that over there on the YouTube for you guys, because what we've been talking about all this week is stop overcompensating and under earning in your business. All right. Overcompensation in business often stems from a well-intentioned desire to prove value, stand out, and secure success. But at its core, overcompensation is an act of doing, giving, and creating more than what is necessary, often to compensate for perceived shortcomings and insecurity. So you're over here doing too much and not getting enough back in return is basically what it is. So this week we're talking about four main areas of business that entrepreneurs tend to overcompensate in. So if you want to know more about how you may be overcompensating with your offer as you're crafting what you're going to sell, you need to go back to part one, which was Monday's replay. I even gave you 10 strategies to help stop you from overcompensating with your offer. If you need to know more about marketing and how you may be over marketing, which sounds impossible, but when you get into those details, you may find you're doing some of that. So if you want to know more about that and 10 ways that you can not over market, go back to part two, which was Tuesday's replay. Not last but not least, but yesterday, the third area that entrepreneurs tend to overcompensate in is with your resources. A lot of you are over allocating your resources. So we talked about that on yesterday, which was part three. So go to that replay to find out about over allocating your resources with 10 actionable strategies to kind of help you not do that. Now, today we round out our series and end it with overcommitting your time. Okay, overcommitting your time. Let's talk about that. I pulled that out of resources because time is one of your resources. But because a lot of us are jobpreneurs, meaning we still have a 9 to 5 and we're trying to run a business. A lot of us are full-time entrepreneurs, which means time is money. Okay, so time becomes one of our top resources, not money like you think, right? A lot of us, we are the business. Some of us don't have teams. Some of us have a small team. But most of all, what we do in the business is most important. So we have to learn how to manage ourselves in time, okay? Because I don't really call it time management. You're not managing time. Time is time. You're managing yourself in time because that's all you have control over. So that's why it's so important. So let's get into the blog. Entrepreneurs often overcompensate with their time, believing that working longer hours or being perpetually available equates to success. While dedication is admirable, an unbalanced approach to time management or self-management in time can lead to burnout and inefficiency. Have y'all noticed that when you over there pushing yourself to stay in front of that computer, that once you get to a certain point, you might as well have just got up and started resting because you have done nothing or nothing of importance or nothing of excellence, okay? So be mindful of that. Just because you're taking longer don't mean you're being more productive. Keep that in mind. Good morning, Glow, over there on the YouTube side. So overcommitting to tasks that don't directly drive revenue or growth, creates a false sense of productivity. We all busy, right? But are you busy doing the right things? So we need a good sense of productivity while diverting attention from high impact activities. See, just because you're busy, just because there's a bunch of things on your list and you're doing a bunch of things and you're tired, don't mean you're doing the right things. We need to learn how to prioritize and divert our attention to the high impact things, okay? You got a lot of things to do, but what off that list is most impactful? What off that list moves the needle the most, okay? Time is one of the most valuable resources entrepreneurs have, and overcompensating or overcommitting with your time often means you're neglecting opportunities for rest, for strategic thinking, delegation, and even creativity. And some of y'all may not think of yourself as creative, but creativity looks like more than just painting, okay? So, and you need creativity in your business. And some of that comes out as the strategic thinking or the problem solving. And you need the right brain for that. And a tired brain is not good at those things, okay? By setting boundaries and prioritizing wisely, entrepreneurs can achieve more or less, they can achieve more with less effort and create a sustainable success, okay? One of the best things that I ever did was set a template of me working only within the hours that I said I want to work so that I still have plenty of time left for life, right? One thing I always say is if you start off hustling and you get success, you're going to have to keep that hustle up to keep that success. But if you start off working within the time you want to allot for yourself and you can make it happen within that time, then that's more of an achievement. All right. So keep that in mind. All of that was, I was just freestyling plus the blog, but I have more, on the morning show, I give you more, right? So let's go to my show notes. If I can find them. Here we go. And I have 10 actionable strategies for you to stop overcommitting with your time. Okay. Number one, set clear boundaries for your time, okay? Define your working hours and stick to them. Communicate availability to your clients, to your team members, to avoid unnecessary interruptions, okay? So set clear boundaries for your time. Number two, prioritize high impact activities, okay? Focus on the tasks and the projects that directly contribute to your revenue, to your growth, or to your customer satisfaction. Those are the three things that you need to be looking for to prioritize your task, okay? Eliminate or delegate low priority tasks. Number three, network with intent, okay? Attend events and, connect with individuals who align with your business goals and set specific objectives for networking to make your efforts purposeful. Let me tell you, I got a story around this one, right? I love to help people. But at one point, I realized that most of the people I surrounded myself with in my network were people I was helping. What that meant was I didn't have anybody in my network that was helping me. So I have this rule for myself. I need to be connected to three types of people at all times, types of people, okay? I need to be connected to people who I can help, or mentees. I need to be connected to people who are the same as me, but maybe in a different industry. I call them laterals, people that are about on par with you. They just may not do what you do, or they could, but it doesn't matter. They're on par with you. So y'all having different kind of conversations about where you are, okay? And number three, people who have made it to where I'm trying to go, or mentees, people that can teach me something. You don't want to be around just one, because now you're losing out on the value of the other two people, okay? Or other two types of people. So that was just a little tidbit. Network with intent. Number four, streamline your processes. You guys know I'm in operations and business management. I cannot tell you enough how often you need to look at the process in which you do things and take out all of these extra steps that don't need to be, okay? So streamline your processes. Identify repetitive and overly complex workflows. What we want to do is the repetitive stuff, we want to find a way to either use technology or put some type of templates and scripts in place. Okay, so you don't even have to think about it. If you're going to do this again, you're going to do it exactly like that. Okay. Also, we want to take things that are complex and we want to get them down to be more simple. So we can do both again with tools, automation, and these things are going to save time and energy. And for those of you who haven't hired a team yet, if you start off streamlining the process that you're following right now, then you can pass that process easily on to team members. Okay. Number five, create a scope Management plan. Create a scope management plan. Now, what does that mean? It means clearly define the scope of work for each of the projects and each of the clients that you take on. This is how you know when you're doing too much. You define the scope of work before you get started. So this is how you can rein your clients back in when they're asking for too much. This is how you can rein yourself back in when you feel like you're giving too much, okay? If things feel overwhelmed, it's probably because you're doing things outside of the scope of work, okay? So use contracts to outline deliverables and avoid going past your scope of work. Number 6, establish communication guidelines. Y'all know I got good communication guidelines because don't be texting me. Don't send me nothing on social media and all of these different places where now I got to spend extra time trying to wrangle all these things in one place. Nope. I have the one place or the few places that you can put it there, or I'm not responsible for it, right? So use structured communication systems such as scheduled check-ins and shared project management tools, specific tools to use for communication. All of this is going to minimize back and forth through emails and in places where you don't normally check for work updates and stuff, okay? Number 7, schedule regular downtime. So prioritize rest and self-care by scheduling breaks and personal time in your calendar, okay? Put it on the calendar. This helps maintain long-term productivity and creativity. And remember, I said creativity sometimes looks like problem solving and strategy, not just bright colors, okay? So you want to have a daily scheduled downtime. When is your hard stop? When do you stop working? Okay. When do you start? We want to have weekly off days. What days are you not doing work? Okay. We want to have at least quarterly vacation where you step away from your business for about a week and you're not thinking about business. You're giving your whole brain a rest for more than just a day or two and more than just for a few hours. All right. So schedule regular downtime. Number 8, you can adopt the 80-20 rule, okay? The 80-20 rule. And let me tell y'all something. The 80-20 rule is more than just about what y'all learned on Why Did I Get Married, okay? It's more than that, okay? That still fits into the general premise of 80-20 though. But what I'm talking about is focus on the 20% of actions that yield 80% of your results, okay? So we eliminate or delegate the tasks that don't move the needle. So this is just another way of saying prioritize what you're doing and do the things that are most impactful for your business. But I had to throw in there that there is this thing called the 80-20 rule in case you want to look it up and help you with that, okay? Number 9, use templates and frameworks, okay? Create templates for common tasks or repetitive tasks, such as proposals, onboarding, emails, even your sales scripts and templates. When you create client reports, all of these things should save you time and ensure consistency with your brand, okay? Last but not least, we have number 10, and that is monitor and manage your energy levels, okay? Monitor and manage your energy levels. So pay attention to your physical and mental well-being. Incorporate practices like exercise. I dry heaved a little bit because I know I need to do it, but yes, exercise. We need some movement, okay? Start practicing mindfulness. Some of y'all think you're good at multitasking and you're not. Okay, if you just stopped and paid attention, everybody knows when you're doing more than what you're supposed to be doing. People can feel when you're not focused on the one thing that you're claiming to be priority. So practice mindfulness, doing one thing at a time and doing it well. Okay. And reflect to sustain your energy and your focus. I'm going to give you another thing that I do. I need you to pay attention to when you start to feel tired during the day so that you can either take a rest at that time or do something to renew your energy. Now, on average, that's around 2 or 3 o'clock, but it's different for different people, okay? I want you to pay attention to where your brain feels the most ready to take on the world, okay? When is that time? Because that's the time where you want to start scheduling where you're going to be strategic, where you bring all the problems for that time of day to try to solve those problems. What is the time of day when you tend to be most able to write or be creative in different ways? That might be the time of day where you want to create content, where you want to create pretty logos and nice PDFs and things like that. If you pay attention to the different cycles of your body throughout the day, the different cycles of your mind, you can work in excellence better because you're working with the flow, your natural flow, and you're making the tasks that fit your natural flow fit into the flow. Okay. And so you just do it better. The excellence seems almost secondhand. So keep that in mind. All right. I'm going to go back through the 10 without all the extra. But before that, the question for the in studio people, our VIPs, is, let me put it in here. Boom. In what ways might you be overcommitting your time? Okay. Was there a strategy mentioned today that may help? And I want to know what has been most impactful for you regarding this week on overcompensating in your business. Okay. So that is the question. Let me also throw it over here on YouTube. So that Glow and whoever is watching with her can answer the question in the live chat. All right, now let me go back through your 10 actionable strategies to stop overcommitting your time without all the extra. Number 1, set clear boundaries for your time. Number 2, prioritize high impact activities. Number 3, network with intention. Number 4, streamline your processes. Number 5, create a scope management plan or a scope of work for all your projects and all of your clients. Number 6, establish communication guidelines. Number 7, schedule regular downtime. And that doesn't mean just when you can get that one vacation a year. No, we're talking daily, we're talking weekly, and we're talking at least quarterly vacations. Number 8, adopt the 80-20 rule. If you need help trying to figure out how to find your most impactful things, do more research on the 80-20 rule. You can even use ChatGPT, y'all. Let me just add that in there. You can put in there, what are all the things I have on my list that I think I'm gonna tackle today, right? And have ChatGPT tell you which one is most impactful. And again, we're looking at the 3 things that make it most impactful. And that is gonna be what helps with revenue is number 1, impactful. What helps with growth, that's number 2, impactful. And what helps with client satisfaction, that's gonna be number 3, impactful. So put your list, your to-do list in ChatGPT, tell it to help you figure out which one is most impactful using those 3 measurements, and it can tell you what to do with your task. But again, you can also Google 80-20 rule. Number 9, use templates and frameworks. Number 10, monitor and manage energy levels. All right. So we're going to start with Shawana Kennedy Media. In what ways might you be overcommitting your time? Was there a strategy that we talked about today that may help? And what has been most impactful this week regarding overcompensating in your business? Shawana Kennedy Media.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's morning, darling.
Actually streamlining, really hammering down and really sticking with the things that I have put in place. And then of course that will then spill over into me having regular downtime, because I know after a certain time of day, I feel it to where it's like, no, I've got to go. So it was funny that you said that, like, it's like you might as well get up, because at that point, I know when I need to get the heck away from the desk. And so just really being better about that, to really use my cutoff times to freaking cut it off. Yeah, the streamline and regular downtime.
Yes.
And not actually, honestly, if I'm being totally transparent, it's not stepping beyond the scope of work, because I do give scope of work for my clients. It's when, because of the giver that I am, it's me that sometimes step over my own scope of work line. Yes. So yeah, that's for me.
I love that you admit that, Shawana. I love that. We all have a little bit of that. I'm a notorious overgiver, but I try to keep it within a framework. I have just created so many resources and so many things that to give those resources, even though that's not a part of what you have purchased, is very easy for me. So I'm always dipping back to see what resources I have that I can also give. But I also keep my scope of work in mind, which is what is the straight line transformation that I promised? What is the A to B? So yeah, that's how we.
Yeah, when I know and I feel that they're pulling more because of and I know it's my fault, and that's why I own it, I then have to take them back to the scope of work so that they
Yes.
do remember anything above and beyond that is me doing extra because of the relationship. So, and then I have to be mindful so that the lines don't get blurred.
I love it, because the one thing they're going to do is what you've been doing that you didn't have to do becomes par for the course. So yes, thank you for that, Shawana. All right, Dr. LaFera, in what ways might you be overcommitting your time? Was there a strategy mentioned today that may help? And what was most impactful for you this week regarding overcompensation in your business?
Okay. You have interesting head movements. So I think like one of the things you said was one of the things you said was like uh clear marketing. You okay? Clear marketing plan. And so like so I've been working on that a lot. But at the time I guess I could have reached out, you know, for like someone else to listen sooner with that. Because like last year was like all about me getting to a point to where I could focus on like my business again. And so if anything, I guess I could have I guess get someone else to, you know, help me get to a certain point quicker. And I feel like I'm there now, which is starting to feel a whole lot better, because that was like an extra source of stress that like I didn't have last year when I was sick. It's like now you got to try to figure out how to get back to where you were, or back to where you want to be. So that like get someone to listen to you and help you think sooner, because you're not totally clear when you just jumping back into something. And so and then you said the other one was,
Well, actually, you kind of answered both in one.
okay.
So what I heard you say was the most impactful this week was on over marketing. And for you in your time, you need to start delegating more. So I actually heard both answers in your
Yeah.
response. So thank you for that. All
Mhm.
right, cool beans. Let's go to Dr. LaToya. Dr. LaToya, in what ways might you be overcommitting your time, which I know you're allergic to? And was there a strategy that we talked about today that could help? And also, what was most impactful for you this week regarding overcompensating in your business?
Yeah, so I think so my VA has been out sick. She was sick and then her son was sick since like right around Christmas time. And what I realized is that I actually just like I was like, wait, you're doing too much. So thinking of the 80-20, the 80-20 principle, right? Because I basically had then just started doing like all of these tasks
Yeah.
because in my mind they needed to be done. And then as I was sitting there editing a dang on web page and trying to design a freebie the other day, I was like, wait a minute, literally, what are you doing? These tasks are not bringing you money. When she gets back, they're going to still be here waiting for her to do it. Let's reevaluate how we're spending our time. And so really for like the last 2 weeks, I would say my time has been spent not in, I'm going to say, high value tasks. Right. And so I think making sure, like, no matter what the circumstance is, that I do focus on that 80-20 idea, so that I stay focused, because I can get bogged down on the task. It's like, if this is the thing, we're going to finish it. So I think that one. And then just thinking about throughout the week, the over marketing conversation really just was like an eye opener, because you're right. You do not think about over marketing as a concept or as an idea, right? And thinking of it and framing it and seeing the results of being really niched is just a reminder that, nope, this is the right way to go.
Exactly. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Dr. Toya. All right, let's go to Dr. Tachi. We got all the doctors in a row. Dr. Tachi, in what ways might you be overcommitting your time? Was there a strategy that we talked about today that could help with that? And last but not least, what was most impactful for you this week regarding overcompensating in your business?
Yes. So I actually, I just tickle you, don't I?
Yes, yes. It don't take much at all.
Okay. So I actually have started to do this, but so there's actually two. So networking with intent. And part of that is also only going to events that I think are actually going to have direct benefit. I am tired of hearing people only talk about their experiences. That's nice. How did you do it? So I'm like, I've said I'm done with those types of conferences if I'm not walking away with actionable steps and people that I can actually network with in a meaningful way. There's no need for me to spend money to go. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is streamlining processes, which you saw in the email that I sent out yesterday,
Amazing.
is already starting to happen. So it's interesting that you bring that up.
Yes. I told you, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is amazingly organized. This is a process right here. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, most definitely. Thank you for that, Dr. Tachi. Kimberly is at Dream Funder, but she has put in our studio chat, I absolutely need to prioritize myself and get enough sleep and downtime. In addition, focusing on one task at a time, that mindfulness. Yes, thank you, Kimberly. Dr. LaFera said, networking with intent locally has picked up for me. Every social event, I have been walking away with numbers. Yes, y'all got to be because let's just talk about it. Let's just be real. Some of y'all are going to the events you should go to, but you're just not doing what you should do when you get there. So going to the event and all you walked away with is getting back chummy with people that you haven't talked to in a while, but you haven't set appointments. You haven't made connections for things that you need. You haven't made connections for people who need you. You still wasted your time, even though you were at the right event. You weren't doing the right things. So keep those things in mind, y'all. All right, let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, in what ways might you be overcommitting your time? Was there a strategy mentioned out of the 10 that could help with that? And last but not least, what has been most impactful for you this week regarding overcompensation in your business?
In December and November, I started to reinforce the boundaries on my time. And doing that by structuring the communication systems. I've got 3 people that I tell them specifically where to send everything, the whole 9 yards. And it's like they want to hit me up on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, whatever. I ignore it.
Yeah.
If you don't go where I tell you to, then you obviously don't want to talk to me. You must want to talk to somebody else. But reinforcing those boundaries also gave me the opportunity, because I've been using Pareto's principle for decades. That was like the big light bulb for me. And when I let my time get out of control, I can't do impactful work because I'm putting out fires. So an emergency on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. We're not going there either. And just by, enforcing those boundaries, my thing is, if I'm in the middle of doing something and you contact me, it'll go to voicemail and I get back with you. It never fails that on Friday at 3:00, I got a ton of voicemails coming in. I don't do weekends. As a matter of fact, I do the 4-day work week, and I'm working on doing the 2-day work week. So at the end of the day, it's me managing me. It's not their fault, it's mine. And once I understood that, it was like I had the most awesome Christmas and New Year's, and still I'm not back in the office as of right now. I won't go back until pretty much February 1st. So all of that to say is I wasn't able to attend this week, but all the stuff you're talking about is stuff I've been employing and doing because it has to be done. If we don't, it doesn't matter about the money. You won't have time to manage the money because you haven't managed yourself. And I'm done.
Very true. Very true. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Over on the YouTube side, Glow said, just basing on last year, I just need to find balance. It's like I feel I find it, then boom, things get out of whack. So Glow, that sounds more like boundaries. So if you're setting a structure and it's working for a while and all of a sudden it's not working anymore, that's probably because you're allowing other people to disrupt your structure. It's probably what that is, Glow. So just make sure that when you're setting your structure, you are making sure that other people respect that structure. But first and foremost, you have to respect the structure. So just remember that. I want to share something with YouTube land, because everybody here is already a part of this wonderful thing. And it is our paid membership, right? Because our paid membership is just for entrepreneurs who need to manage themselves in time and achieve their goals. Okay. So the quarterly CEO membership, if you go to shaycannon.com/membership, you get more information about that, but it's going to help you to gain your clarity. It's going to give you accountability. I have systems and structures in place. I even have focus and productivity tools for you. So if you're ready to feel clear-headed and focused, if you want to know exactly what to work on to drive your business forward, if you want to celebrate measurable progress quarter after quarter, if you want to enjoy the peace of mind of knowing that you are accounting for your hours toward productivity, then of course this is for you. It's a lot of stuff in here that you can look up that we're giving. So shaycannon.com/membership. But basically, what I need you to understand is if you are not currently productive in your time, you're not going to be magically productive in 2025. So if you need help, you need to go get the tools for help. And I have created a tool for you. And so I welcome you to it. Go to shaycannon.com/membership, become a paid part of our paid membership, start reaping the benefits. In fact, I would love it. We got a couple of people on here that show up and show out in the membership. So Dr. LaFera, I would love it if you tell people what you've gotten from the membership. Then I'm gonna go to Cheryl, then I'm gonna go to Shawana, and then I'm gonna go to Dr. Tachi. Tell these people what you're getting from the membership that has been most impactful for you. I think I caught Dr. LaFera off guard. All right, we're gonna go to Shawana Kennedy. Oh, there she goes. Come on. Well, you know, you be killing with the radio silence, is all I'm gonna say. But go ahead, Dr.
With the morning routine, But I with the membership, I like having like additional accountability, like specific times that I know that like I can hop on. Other people are working on the same stuff, well, similar stuff, or just working in your business like I am. And I like that. I like how you have templates in there, like for your time and how you should be managing your time.
Mm-hmm.
I may not go through it like I should, but I know it's there. And that's good because I, up to this point, I'm used to being a doctor entrepreneur, like working for myself as a doctor, not like creating a whole nother business. So it helps to see in writing, like, well, in typing, what you've created for like how you should be spending your time as an entrepreneur. So
love it. Thank you, Dr. LaFera.
Mhm.
Shawana Kennedy Media, how has your quarterly CEO productivity membership helped you in your business and with your goals?
I can agree with Dr. LaFera, and to add to it, it is knowing that when you decide to take this journey, right? Because it's never ending. For me, I love the fact of knowing that I have a consultant, a coach, a mentor, someone who gets it, someone who has been down that road, someone who, when I am, training wheels off at this point, right? I'm proud to, yep, hey, ma, no hands, right? That's me. And so right, exactly. So with that, it makes me proud when I don't be as attentive, but then she sends those emails, y'all. She give you the list, she give you all the things. But I love that when I do a self-check on my businesses, I know that I am doing the things, maybe not 100%, but I'm so much further along than I ever would have been without being a part of Shay's atmosphere, her ecosystem, the things like that. So get with this young lady if you are not a part of her world, because she is someone that you can wear your big girl and big guy draws with, that don't help you, give you that big sister conversation. And if you really saying you want to do this is a person that you need to have in your ear, because we do have to be wise of our gates. And some of that is our ear gates. It's the hardest of things that we say. And being prayerful, see, we get what we ask for. So I asked for certain things and God led me to Shay. And so again, I am that much more the grateful for having to met you a few years ago. And my life and my business is continuing to thrive because of being a part of your world. I rest.
Thank you, thank you. I turned a little red there, almost as red as some in my tattoo. I'm about a little red. All right, let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, how has the quarterly CEO productivity membership impacted you and your business?
Immensely. I'll say that there is strength in numbers. It's really helpful to not only have a level of accountability, but also to kind of bounce off ideas with other people that are going in the same direction, which is the other benefit to it. There's camaraderie in it. I genuinely like the people that are in the cohort that are there because they want to see you win. You want to see us win. And you always need someone in your corner that wants to see you win. No one is an island. You can't do this by yourself, regardless of how much you think you can. And there's a whole thing in research, right, called member checking. When you're doing research and you go back and check with the people that you've interviewed, did I get this right? Is this what you were trying to say? So it feels like this level of member checking into, okay, am I thinking about this the right way? Is this what I meant to say, or is there a way I can say this clearer? Is that type of thing. So, and then also to Shawana's point, there are so many people that are wearing tight underpants because they refuse to do what they're supposed that she said big people's underpants. So there's so many people that are wearing tight underpants because they refuse to level up and do what they need to do. You hold us to the task of leveling up to do what we need to do. And we feel, just speaking for me anyway, but I think I can speak for the rest of the ladies, we feel like we need to level up when we are in your presence. Definitely. So this is not time wasted at all. For those of you who are on the fence, take that fence down. You need to get into this membership ASAP, in my opinion, because it's absolutely wonderful. And to echo what Shawana said, I definitely feel like I am farther because I am in the membership.
Love it. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. Cheryl, I saved you for last because what I love about Cheryl is she has found some value, and I want her to tell us what that value is in this paid membership, even though she's in a host of paid memberships, even though she's a planner girly and she owns all the planners for productivity and all of that kind of stuff. So Cheryl, I definitely want to hear, how has the quarterly CEO productivity membership benefited you and your business?
Well, Dr. Tachi said something. I was just sitting over here thinking. It was about sitting on the fence. Let me tell you, if you're sitting on the fence, when the gate opens up, you're going to fall on the ground. So just open the gate and come on in, because you're in a mastermind that is $9,700 worth of mastermind for $97. The value that you get is ongoing. It's like the living word in the Bible. Every time you read the word, you can get a new revelation. And it's, that revelation propels you forward. It's the same thing with Shay's program. The other thing about Shay is that she does things with aplomb, accessibility, and accuracy. So that means, for instance, there was an incident where I didn't understand something. She went and created this whole, what was it? What's that graph they call it?
Roadmap. It was
what you call roadmap. And
Yep.
It was like, okay, this is very clear. She stopped what she was doing and just did this roadmap. She gets things done. Mentorship is the shortcut to success. If you've got the wrong mentor, you're not going to have the success you want. So, and as far as all those masterminds, oh, I cut out a lot of them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because I need to put my time where it's most valued and valuable. Because I want to add value to the group as well as the group adding value to me.
Yeah.
One of the most important arenas of the group, besides the time management, is, or I should say self-management, is movie night. We discuss these movies from the business aspect. A lot of times as women, we see the romantic aspect. We can take Mickey Mouse and turn it into a love story, but we can also take Mickey Mouse and turn it into a business lesson. When we understand these lessons, and the one about the art thing, I forget the name of it, Shay, but the people that were selling art that was fake for millions, and most of them still skated away.
Yeah.
But the marketing lessons were invaluable. And just by knowing that, all you got to do is try one thing. Let Shay show you one thing, employ it. Because what you don't apply will not work for you. But just employ that one thing and watch the success you get. And I've been watching Glow. Glow takes this stuff seriously. And I've been watching how she's scaling up. And I was using her as an example with one of my clients last night. And I said, the way this young lady is glowing up, Miss Glow, it wouldn't surprise me if she closed her salon, started traveling the world and working with her computer and being totally debt free, all this good stuff within the next 3 years. She's got that kind of determination. You have to surround yourself by the people that will lift you up and take you where you want to go. And always at the head needs to be the person who's already where you want to go. So all I can say is Shay walks the walk because she invented the talk. You can take it to the bank and know that your business empire has already been built, because when you see what you're depositing, it's like it's all over. And that's the beginning.
Thank you, Cheryl. I love that.
I'm gonna need you to add some like cheers and applause sound effects to the bottom of your stuff when you be asking us to do all this. I'm gonna need you to add that little sound effect. Thank you. Thank you.
Look, I'm gonna let you be in charge of sound effects and visual effects because you know that's not my thing. But I love Cheryl's testimonial because a lot of us are a part of this different masterminds, and I'm not saying you should be in only one. That's not at all what I'm saying, because I'm in more than one. However, each one should have its place in bringing you value. And what I have created in this quarterly CEO productivity membership is something that's going to help you to benefit from all of your other masterminds. Because if you can help to master yourself in time, then everything that you're learning, you're able to deploy and reap the benefits of it. And so that is really one of the key benefits of this membership. So y'all know I mess with Shawana all the time. I mess with Dr. LaFera all the time. I wanted to share something with y'all about Dr. LaFera because, you know, sometimes she don't be feeling loved up in here. But in 2021, Dr. LaFera released her entrepreneurial endeavor called LaFera & Co., where she did a launch party for her lashes. And so I mess with her a lot, y'all, but I do love on her too. So you see over here where I say I'm so proud of you. And so I just wanted to do a shout out to Dr. LaFera because I actually found this screenshot in some of my pictures when I was looking for some other pictures on yesterday. And I said, let me pull this so that I can share it with everybody so everybody know we really do love on each other. So shout out to Dr. LaFera because I do pick on her a lot because, baby, it take her an hour to come to the mic. We ain't gonna even lie. All that dead silence on the live air. But we do love her. So there's that. Glow is over here talking to us on the YouTube side. She said boundaries will be set. Thank you. And then Cheryl, she said, "Oh, thank you, Cheryl." So yeah, that's what's going on. So anybody have any questions about this week, or any value adds about what you learned about overcompensating in your business?
This is Cheryl. I just
Mhm.
want to say about Dr. LaFera, if you all don't contact Dr. LaFera and ask her about her kit, you're already lost. I'm telling you. That Dr. LaFera is probably the best kept secret in in the business industry.
Yes.
Check her out. Ask about that kit. It's incredible.
Uh-huh.
For as far as this week,
Mhm.
thank you, Shay, for show notes, because I've been living off of show notes and replays. But you are so succinct, and you get to the point. We have fun, but we never forget the point. And one of the things that is always pointed out to me with your programs, with this group, is that it's the same as we don't get through life alone. We're not going to get through business alone. So you better make sure your inner circle is as tight and right as it needs to be, can be, should be, because otherwise, nobody gets paid for doing the wrong thing for a long time. And I plan to get paid.
No, that's real. Plan to get paid too. I want to get paid more. All right, let's go to these announcements, because you know the morning show is a part of our free business mastermind group, and so we have group announcements. So Cheryl mentioned the show notes. There are only two ways you can get these show notes that are very helpful. You've been getting 10 actionable strategies every day this week, and so you need these show notes. The first way you can get them is they live in the file section of our free business mastermind group. Okay. The second way you get them is the same way you can get the entire morning show in your inbox. And that is by going to shaycannon.com/show. What you're going to do is you're going to get every broadcast morning, you're going to get an email that reminds you to hop onto the YouTube live. In the afternoon, you're going to get an email with two links, one to the replay and one to the show notes, like Cheryl said. So you need to get it. Go to shaycannon.com/show. Friday, which is tomorrow, is another Get Shit Done work session from 1 to 5 p.m. For the paid membership gets the entire time, but that last part, the free community is invited to come and join us and get shit done. So go to the event details inside of our free business mastermind group. All right. If you want to know more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, how to join the free business mastermind group, or any links that we've talked about today, check out the description below. I also want you, if you haven't already, help us out. We give good information in good episodes. So make sure you're giving us a thumbs up to like the episode. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and understand that this is a 4-part series. There are other parts in the series, so check out the other videos. All right. And with that, I want you guys to have a great day and a great weekend. We'll see you right back here on Monday. But for now, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3,